about Spice Isle Institute. To kick the conversation off this morning, tell us about Spice Isle Institute.
Okay, Spice Isle Beauty Institute has been my dream and my goal from the time I know myself,
Yes.
right? I've been in the beauty industry for 56 years, and I keep learning all the time, and I like to teach.
Yes.
And I think in this industry where everything changes so quickly, the foundations remain the same, but the actual techniques and everything change, that it's very important to share what you know and to help young, aspiring, passionate cosmetologists to get to an international standard.
All right.
That's the goal of Spice Isle Beauty Institute. So it is a training center where we train people who are already in the industry. For example, if you've been to TAMCC or NULO, and you need some experience, which you will need in certain, because like when I was learning to drive, the policeman said to me, don't think you could drive when you finish. It's when you get on the road that you're learning to drive.
So true.
So when we graduate from any profession, the actual learning is when we're on the job, right? True. So Spice Isle Beauty Institute is there to uplift, to help, to guide young professionals in the beauty industry, also salon owners, and also the public. Because a lot of what brings us to our topic of the day today, which is healthy hair starts here. Healthy HAIR starts at GBN HERE this morning, right?
All right?
So a lot of what brings you to want to have healthy hair is being well educated.
Great, I understand that. Right. Tell me something about Margaret, and how did you get into the concept of beauty?
Well, I was born into it. As an embryo, I knew that I was going to be a cosmetologist. I didn't want to go to high school. I just wanted to be a hairdresser. So I've been in the industry for at least 56 years.
Okay.
I have worked regionally and internationally.
All right.
I'm also a master educator in the beauty industry from Milady International. And I'm just very passionate about hair. I mean, about the beauty industry as a whole. But my specialty, the specialty of Salon Success, which is the salon that is in Grenada, because you have Salon Success Barbados and Salon Success Grenada.
Okay.
So Salon Success Grenada, our tagline is, we create healthy hair.
You always hear that particular tagline you mentioned, but maybe put in a different mention. Your hair is your beauty. You ever hear folks say that?
Yes. I have a client who says that to me every time. Margaret, what are you doing with your hair? Do you know that your hair is your beauty?
So
talking about my faded
look. I probably lost my beauty because of my hairstyle.
I don't think so. The charm is still there.
Great. Yes. So we started off this morning. Of course, you express who you are, so folks get a particular direction of where we're going at.
Yes.
We talk about the purpose of this particular program.
Yes.
We spoke in relation to that.
Right.
Here starts. Let me see if I get the right concept of it. If I get the right concept of the topic that we talking about.
Healthy hair starts here. Right.
Healthy hair starts here.
Right.
Let's talk about that.
Okay. So, what's healthy hair? Healthy hair comes from an individual who eats well.
Yes.
Exercises regularly. Has a professional who understands their hair and their texture and their scalp and what they need, and uses the products that are going to enhance the health of that hair. Because hair can become unhealthy by many different forms. The environment, for one,
Yes.
the use of the wrong tools, services that are applied without the care
Does
or
your
the
personal
pressure.
hygiene plays an important role in
It
that
does.
also?
It does such an important role. The scalp, if your scalp is unhealthy, your hair will be unhealthy.
Okay.
So the circulation of your blood, the cleanliness of your scalp, the cleanliness of your hair, using the right shampoos, the right conditioners to enhance the texture that you have. That's all goes into creating healthy hair.
How important it is, or maybe if I could rephrase this, how I come across with this question for you. Sometimes you hear the conversation of chemicals being used in here, and you talk about the shampoos and the conditioners and stuff like that. And sometimes you hear folks who wants to be of a naturalistic way about themselves, not wanting to use these products.
Yes.
How important is the chemical aspects of putting in your hair? Is it important to use it, or is it not important to use it?
Very good question. Chemicals are good
Yes.
if they are applied to your hair professionally. If it is explained to you what actually happens to that hair shaft when the chemical goes on. Because your hair is, the structure of your hair is divided into 3 layers. The cuticle, which is the protective layer of your hair. The cortex, which is the strength of your hair. That's where the bonds and the strength are. And the medulla, which in some strands you don't have, right?
Okay.
So in order for a chemical to work, most times the cuticle, which is the protective layer of the hair, it should be closed at all times, but the chemical has to open it to go into the cortex to do its work.
Okay.
Now, the important thing is timing when you use a chemical.
All right.
Application, keeping the cuticle closed after the chemical. So yes, chemicals can enhance the hair, like a lovely color, a nice relaxer, different things, but the professional has to ensure that he or she educates the client about the aftercare.
Okay.
Right? And this is where so healthy, like I said, the tagline at Salon Success is we create healthy hair.
Yeah.
The first thing we do is a consultation. Whether you are a regular client or a prospective client, because we can only treat what we see.
Yes.
And we have to know how to take the steps to get to where we have to remedy what a challenge is.
Yes.
The next thing we do that is super important is we keep records. Every single client that comes to Salon Success has a record file. We record everything about the service.
What they came in to do on that particular session.
Yes, what we used, what the reaction was to what we used. So if the client calls up or comes back and says, I really like that treatment, we have a reference point.
Yes.
Or, I don't know, my hair was dry, it was brittle, we have a reference point, right? So at Salon Success, it's about consultations, it's about record keeping, it's about using the right products, not the cost of the product, but how this product will work on a client's hair.
Yeah.
Because especially in the Caribbean, we have so many different textures of hair.
Yes.
And what products that work on one texture don't work on the other. So this is where Success Beauty Group comes in. That's the second part of the sponsorship of this program.
Okay.
So this program is sponsored by Spice Isle Beauty Institute, which is education, Salon Success, which is salon services and hair care, and Success Beauty Group, which is all about having access to the right product to treat your hair with.
When we speak about hair, and you made mention to, of course, we indulge into the chemical aspect, and someone may come into the salon and say, Margaret or whoever is there, I don't wash my hair every day for some reason or the other, but I would like a particular style of hair, my hair done in a particular way of style. How is that consultation process start for that individual, knowing with what you have been subjected to first? Well, I don't wash my hair every day for starts.
Okay, so that's where we start.
Exactly. So it goes back to the same the process. How do that healthy hair process start for you to make that individual hair healthy for them?
That's where it starts. Questioning and listening.
Yeah.
You know, we could ask questions and not listen. But we have to listen to the client. No, I'm not going to make the client feel badly that they're not shampooing their hair every day. Oh, sorry, not every day. They're not shampooing their hair regularly. Right. Okay, so I'm going to, in a very sensitive way, try to find out why it is that they're not shampooing regularly, right? And come up with suggestions that would help them. If they're unable to shampoo regularly, there are ways of keeping your scalp and your hair clean.
Yes.
You can do a dry shampoo, right? Which is just using a powder, right, that you put onto your scalp and rubbing it, and then using a brush and put like a stocking through the bristles of the brush and brushing your hair through, and that eliminates, it keeps your cuticle tight and it eliminates the product on the scalp.
Okay.
So they may be not shampooing regularly because they get the core, it's all sorts of reasons. Let's just find out why, right? And then now you want this specific style. So the consultation has to address the texture of your hair, the length of your hair.
All right.
So many different things about that style that you want. And their stylist, a stylist usually is focused on the style.
Okay.
Salon Success focuses on hair care. So if the style that you want is not going to create healthy hair, then we advise you.
You would not be advised to take that particular style.
We advise you, if you really want that style, here's a list of excellent stylists in Grenada. You can go to them.
All right. Tell me, what comprises of healthy hair?
Okay, very good question. The porosity of the hair, the ability of the hair to absorb moisture and keep it.
Okay.
Porosity is related to the cuticle of the hair. If the cuticle scales are open, your porosity gets very high, and so that tends to mean your elasticity or the ability of your hair to stretch and come back is going to be impaired.
Okay.
So you have hair that is dry, you have hair that is weak. Then healthy hair is understanding the texture of your hair, because somebody with a loose curl has less, if the porosity is good, right? If the porosity is, the cuticle scales are closed or half open, which is normal on some heads, on most heads. So the person that has a combination of, let's see, Indian and black, right? The texture of that hair is going to be very different from somebody who has black mother, black father, and their texture is very tightly coiled, right? So the way you approach encouraging both people to have healthy hair is different, because it relates to the texture, right?
So texture, what makes a difference in terms of healthy hair?
No, texture is a part.
It's a part
right.
of the
texture, porosity, elasticity, texture, tensile strength, which is very similar to elasticity, right?
Yeah.
So those are the main components. If your hair, the porosity of your hair is normal, the cuticle scales are tight, that's good. If your hair has the ability to stretch and come back, that means it's strong, right? So it's mainly under your scalp.
Yeah.
Your scalp has to be cleansed regularly, massaged regularly, because remember, your hair is fed by your blood.
Yeah.
That's why proper diet is so important.
An example of an individuals who hair growth seems to be a problem for them. Are those sometimes examples of an unhealthy hair?
No,
not all the time.
Not at all. Not at all.
You know, some folks may have just naturally short hair.
Not
and
at
it doesn't grow. Example me, mine wasn't growing.
Okay, so I can give you an example of when I worked in Barbados. This client came to me and she said, you know, her hair was quite short, and she said, my mother said my hair will never grow. On my analysis and the consultation, her hair, I saw what the condition of her hair was, and I started treating that condition. And in a year or two, she had hair down to her shoulders. So there are two things that hair needs, two main things.
Yes.
That's moisture and protein. Because your hair is made up of 90% keratin protein and 10% water.
Yes.
So if you feed the hair, it's just like you feed your body what it needs. You feed your plants what they need. So the treatments, first of all, the shampoo that you use, the conditioner that you use, the treatments that you have, the hair care products that you have at home, they all comprise the bundle that is going to help one to have healthy hair.
Interesting to know that. And I know there are listeners and viewers out there who are, of course, maybe having those kind of feeling, well, maybe, you know, I have bad hair.
No. There's no hair that is bad.
You know, there are folks. I'm sure you have heard those statements made before.
Yes, and I get very upset because there's either hair in good condition or hair in not so good,
right? Condition.
But there's no bad hair. Hair is wonderful. Hair is beautiful. It's just lovely, right?
And a key component of this is an individual's way of their health factor also plays an important role in that.
Yes, it does, for sure, it does. Because medication, most people they come for consultation, and the center of the hair, the center of the scalp and the hair is more sparse than the balance.
Yes.
My first question is, are you on high blood pressure medication? And 99.9%, yes, they are.
Okay.
So medications go into your system, and they have because your hair is fed by your blood.
And you have an adverse effect on your hair.
Right.
All right. Margaret, of course, this is just the initial program this morning.
Yes.
Of course, every other Thursday you are going to be here.
Yes, from 10:30 to 11.
You're going to be talking to the folks. We're going to get the audience involved in this particular program also.
Definitely.
We're not going to get into it today for time purpose.
Yes.
But we're going to, of course, would like our listeners and viewers in of course, the subsequent programs to come.
Yes.
Your involvement will be critical per se in the program.
Right.
Where you can ask questions relating to health.
For sure.
Health matters.
For sure.
You know, and they could chime in, and of course, you will certainly answer them and give advice in terms of how they can make their hair. And as we said in the opening, your hair is your beauty.
Yeah. And just before we close, I want to let the listening audience, I want to say thank you, all of you in Grenada, Carriacou, Petit Martinique, Toronto. I know there's a special person listening in Toronto. And I want to say thank you so much. There may be a special person in Calgary listening too, but I'm not sure.
All right.
But thank you for listening, and I want to advise the listening audience as to where our locations are.
Sure.
Right?
Go ahead, give that shout out.
Salon Success is located, if you're coming from St. George's, you take the Belmont Road,
Okay.
right? At the fork, you could go Springs or you could go. So you take the Belmont Road, and it's the second building on your left, opposite the St. George's Baptist Church.
Okay.
If you're coming from Grand Dance, then you go almost to the end of Belmont Road, but the St. George's Baptist Church is the landmark,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So Spice Isle Beauty Institute is upstairs of Salon Success.
Okay.
Salon Success is on the first floor, and Success Beauty Group is adjacent to Salon Success, right? Our phone numbers are the same for all three companies. Landline 473-435-3423. WhatsApp 457-0852.
Okay.
And we have an Instagram page. I'm going to get that.
You'll get those handles for us next time.
For the next, right.
All right.
But I have to thank you for being such a wonderful host. Thank you so much. And, we'll be really prepared for next week.
Yes,
I promise. Right?
All right, great.
All right.
I would love to get some insight to make my hair grow.
I am a beautician, not a magician. That is what I learned at school.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you once again, Margaret. And it's a pleasure to have you. Of course, next week, not next week, but the Thursday after this one.
July 16th.
We'll be back.
Yes, we'll be
and
back.
Of course, we certainly go more in detail.
Yes, we will. We will be talking a lot more on protective hairstyles,
Okay.
because some people have to wear those styles because of health reasons or getting rid of a chemical, and so we will be talking about some of those things. Thank
Margaret,
you so much.
Thank you once again. Pleasure to have you.
Thank you, listeners. And please get your questions ready for me for July 16th. Thank you very much.
Hey, folks, that's how we're going to wrap up this edition, of course, for Beauty and Beyond with Spice Isle Beauty Institute. Folks, you could join us again, as Margaret mentioned, on the 16th. We'll be back for another edition. Until then, have a good one. We'll be right back.
Mixology is back. We're officially on the road to spice up the Carronades 3.0. And it all starts here. Live from GBN Studios every Friday at 1:30 p.m. Streaming across GBN platforms, bringing pure energy, culture, and spice man's vibes straight to your screen. Hosted by Charlton, powered by Graphic Sound System, featuring fresh faces and seasoned stars. Mixology is what the culture takes center stage. WhatsApp 407-8458 now to secure your spot on Mixology. And don't miss the repeat broadcast at 8:30 p.m. This is Mixology, the heartbeat of Spice Mass. Don't miss it.
Welcome to the Grandetang Forest Reserve. You have just arrived at one of the best locations to experience the outstanding beauty of pure Grenada. One of the most astonishing features about the Forest Reserve is the Grandetang Lake, which sits between 1,740 to 1,800 feet above sea level. The lake was formed after a volcanic explosion occurred more than 12,000 years ago. Today, the volcano is dormant, but you can still see the lake's freshwater basin, which covers an area of 36 to 37 acres, with a depth of more than 20 feet. You can stand on the wooden jetty, where you may see exotic fishes like tilapia, guppy, red swordtail, and even the Japanese koi's. 3,816 acres of the forest has been designated a protected area, so bathing and fishing is not allowed. Once you've seen the lake, you must explore the many trails and feel a part of nature. There's the Morne Labe, the Cross Trail, the Shoreline Trail, the Mount Kwakwa, the Vendome Les Avocats, among others. Legend has it that a few of the trails within the forest were used by Julien Fedon and his freedom fighters, who had their camp in the mountains close to Mount Kwakwa. It is also believed that the Mount Kwakwa Trail was the escape route used when retreating from the British colonists in the 1700s. Some trails can be completed in just 15 minutes to half an hour, while others may take 3 to 6 hours. All of the trails offer unique experiences and cater to every ability and physical condition. You may even get to explore Grandetang's sister lake, Petit Etang. These trails allow you to capture the flora and fauna in all their glory, including 450 plants and 150 birds, as well as endemic species unique to the island. Be sure to look out for them, like the Myconia's beautiful red flower, the red gooty and tree fern, as well as the non-venomous tree boa and the Grenada whistling tree frog. The inquisitive but friendly Mona monkey is also a unique feature. These monkeys were brought in from West Africa by the early plantation owners and can only be found in Grenada. The forest even holds some healing and medicinal secrets. 2 species of locally used plants include mountain spice and bois bandé, both used to manage hypertension and diabetes when taken as herbal teas. Perfect for physical rejuvenation, the rainforest is home to the beautiful St. Margaret's waterfalls, locally known as Seven Sisters, because of the 7 waterfalls it possesses. Invigorate yourself in the first cool mountain pool before going deeper into the rainforest in search of the other 6. This adventure is one where the journey is just as fun as the destination, with its rugged paths, unexpected critters, and captivating ambience. The reserve also boasts 4 of the tallest peaks in Grenada, giving you the opportunity to see the eastern and western seascapes from the plateau of Mount Kwakwa, which stands at 2,339 feet. Even higher is Mount St. Catherine, which rests 2,747 feet above sea level. However, if you don't feel too adventurous, you can simply take in the sea views from the popular lookout known as 1910, due to its height above sea level. Feel free to check out the Information Center for more details on what you will find within the rainforest, its history, and much more. Now let's take this magical journey and see the treasures that await. All you need are comfortable shoes, a certified guide, and your camera to capture the memories.
Saying good morning to our listeners, saying good morning to our viewers once again. Welcome to the Mid-Morning Buzz. In this segment, we do it, of course, for a cooperative spotlight. And let me say good morning. Full house this morning. Let me say good morning to the ladies. Of course, we have Ms. Williams, Ms. Cato, and of course, Mr. Graham with us this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
And gentlemen, not men, but gentlemen. Gentlemen. Good morning to everybody. How's everybody doing this morning? How you doing?
Morning.
Good.
Feeling good.
Yeah,
Lovely weather.
Yes.
Well, I haven't been out of the studio since I got here for the morning, so it's been a pretty busy morning for me. All right. So, we have interesting, of course, conversation this morning we're having. It's all related to, of course, the cooperative fair that is coming up.
Yes.
We're going to spend some time discussing that. I want to get it started off by, of course, asking the question. What is International Cooperative Day, or Day of Cooperative, I put it that way? And why is it important for Grenada to commemorate that particular, to commemorate it in that way?
Right. So I'll get the ball rolling this morning, GT.
You can't rolling straight up this morning.
Yeah, International Day of Cooperatives or International Cooperatives Day, they can be used interchangeably. Yeah. Right? The international, it started about 1923, right? Over 100 years ago by the International Cooperative Alliance, right? And in 1995, I believe the United Nations decided to celebrate the very same day. So that's why you have International Day of Cooperatives, International Cooperatives Day, but they operate basically with the same theme. Okay. So this year, the theme is Cooperatives for a Peaceful World. Last year it was Cooperatives for to build a sustainable world. I think that's what it was last year.
Because last year we had two. We had one for the day and one for the year of cooperatives.
Okay. But for sure, Cooperatives for a Peaceful World. Last year, in fact, was the International Year of Cooperatives, but this year we and before that 2012 was the International Year of Cooperatives. But not to complicate matters for the viewers and listeners, we do an International Day of Cooperatives, and of course we have our fair. What the day is about is just celebrating the cooperative movement on a whole. Obviously, most of your viewers and listeners, and obviously UGT, you're familiar with the Department of Cooperatives and our role in terms of regulating non-financial cooperatives. But tomorrow, please the Lord, the 3rd of July, Friday at the Esplanade Mall, we will be having that fair for all cooperatives, right? Financial and non-financial, and my friends to my left will tell you all about that.
Yeah, I want to hear some of the highlights of the fair that's coming up for tomorrow.
Yes. So we have the planners here.
So as Mr. Graham stated, we had last year International Year of Cooperative. Now the year is like a blue moon. You see it once in a while. So in the next couple of years, they're going to do a year again to help generate.
So is it every 5 years or every 10 years?
We don't know.
It was 2025 last year, and before that was 2012.
So last year was the second International Year.
Okay.
All right. So we can't tell you if it's another 10 years, but they place emphasis ever so often.
Okay.
So at the league, we work with the apex body for both the financial and the non-financial cooperatives, and we work, as you said, Mr. Graham said, they regulate. The league and the department have been working, and I say from last year it's sort of boosted going to this year. We've been working side by side. So this activity tomorrow is not a department only or a league only. We meet. We have a planning group, we work, we discuss, so we're showing what cooperation is all about.
Okay.
So we work with the various cooperatives. That the league, we're very well known for the financial. Everybody know the credit unions.
Yes.
So every big credit unions have their own month, their own day. Yeah. And it's the same thing that the UN is doing for all cooperatives, but a lot of the focus we tend to place it on the non-financial.
One.
Because we have a lot, but people are not aware of what they do as much as the financial ones. And it's not just Grenada, it's worldwide. So we're not just the only group celebrating. I think what happened in Grenada, we place a lot of emphasis on the celebrations because our colleagues on the other island will be like, whoa, you people step out, you're doing things, people are knowing what's happening.
All right.
So the event tomorrow, Ms. Kato, we going again in the Esplanade Courtyard.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
It's going to be a nice day. Last year we started it, and this year we could say we're growing.
Yeah, we're growing.
We're growing. You got the live entertainment.
Yes.
The Minister for Cooperatives, the Permanent Secretary with responsibility for that. I know it's a long title, eh?
Yes.
If I say cooperative, what? It's a long one.
All right.
We have a number of the non-financial cooperatives, and we have a few of the financial who have. And they, as usual, they come with the little giveaways. We tend to have spin the wheel. We ask questions about the cooperative movement, not a random question. You have to be able to answer. So at that event, people tend to learn a lot. We're creating that awareness about the work of cooperatives, what they do. And all of that. So it's a nice day. We just want good weather.
How are the local cooperatives, being featured in this particular, or celebrated to say in this event?
Well, what I would say is this. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, so to speak, to put it colloquially. But we have a lot of cooperatives, GT, that they are ageable, they are seasoned, they are well established. For example, CTEC is 41 years old.
Okay.
We have Northeast, which is 30 years old, and we have Subies, which is over 40. Well, they are 40 years old. They're taking 40, right? And also we have Minor Spices, who are 55 years old as we speak. So you realize that this is a very sustainable and strong business model, right? So what we want to do is advertise what this can do for our country, how it can build our country, and what I'm extremely happy about is that it is growing from last year.
Yeah.
So for example, and Ms. Williams will expand on that. I understand that GAFIN wants to partake as a regulator, so you will have more than one regulator. Last year it was just the Department of Cooperatives along with the league, and now we have GAFIN. So we are growing from strength to strength. This year, additionally, Genesis will partake in the whole cooperative fair, and they are a cooperative. They sell spices, they manufacture products, so it's an agro-processing cooperative, and they will be able to sell some of the items to the patrons, and they have been around for a while also.
I mean, this leads to my next question, and of course that's where Ms. Fuller is going to jump in also, because I was thinking about the opportunities that will be available, even for citizens, and you remember that corporate bodies are going to be popping in. Maybe to join, start, corporate through the fair. What would happen? What about the opportunities?
Yeah, well, as far as I don't want to take all the talk, but I'm excited. I'm excited. We will have a cooperative literature there, so we'll have people at their respective desks and tables, and the citizens of the country, the patrons, will be able to go around and ask questions. So one might be able to ask a question about Nexa. One might be able to ask a question about Ariza.
Sort of like it's like an expo. So you come and you see what they have. You interact with them.
We tell you how you can, start a cooperative and all the literature surrounding it.
Ms. Gator has been very quiet today. We promised to give her a lot of questions from last week.
So sometimes you get, even in the fair, you would have persons coming up and you would tell them it's for, most of the non-financial cooperatives to be recognized and to show that awareness to them. And you still hear persons asking you questions like, Miss, how do I form a credit union? And you'd be like, well, you have to go to GAFIN for that kind of, So it's good that GAFIN also will be on board with us tomorrow. So, put questions like that, we can direct it, send them over to GAFIN's table. GAFIN might better be able to help them in that area. So it's going to be wonderful tomorrow. I think all of us are excited about tomorrow.
And the question and answers.
The questions and answers.
I love that last year because you're asking questions and they're scratching, they're pulling out phone. We could finance a thing. Hold on, I'm coming back. That sort of.
And GT, like you said, when I was on last week, what they like to hear about is giveaways.
Yeah.
So last year, for sure, CTEC had some voucher giveaways for gas, all up to $50. Gas expensive now, so I don't know what they're coming with this year.
And wrong answers, they come in there, but they want that. We know we like giveaways. It was really interactive. Right?
Because education and awareness also plays an important part in the fair also. Because, and I'm sure that, the cooperative fair will help a lot of, to educate the public about the principles and the benefits of cooperatives also.
And in addition, while we have the fair, which is which we intend to keep now as an annual event.
Yes.
That's how we do Credit Union Day. The day itself is always the first Saturday in July.
Okay.
It's always the first Saturday. So the actual day is on July 4th. So you would see messages from the league's president, you would see messages from the department. So people recreating that way. You're letting people know what's happening. It's not just a day. There are some islands, I think the day just passed, they say Happy Cooperatives Day and they leave it at that. Not us here.
Let me also ask this. What roles will like schools and youth groups and stuff, would they get that opportunity to, in terms of organizing, in terms of strengthening cooperative awareness, in terms of
Savings Union.
Right. So I would say for tomorrow, if we're speaking specifically about the fair, it's open to all, right? But generally, in terms of our activities and how we carry out our business, we always go to schools to educate them, whether it's primary schools, whether it's secondary schools, and particularly the primary school children are very excited because we normally go with tokens like pencils and pens and all these sort of things to make them excited about, just interacting in the education session. So everybody can come. We have no discrimination. The whole of Grenada can come out to our fair.
I don't think the area will be able to accommodate.
One thing, if I may add, we have, when you mentioned the youth, we have scheduled later on in the year. So we're not just doing the fair, we're working together for the year. Because last year we did the cooperative series, we highlighted 3 cooperatives and they were really excited. They were hesitant at first, but then when the guy came to record, they talked more than the guy anticipated. So we had to change it. And we're going to be doing collaborative school visits. So educating them about what cooperatives are, the types. So we're going to be continuing. But we also have junior cooperatives in Grenada. We have the Savings Union.
Yes.
GAFIN really work along with them, but we are also working along with GAFIN because we want to bring back activities, the competitions for these organizations. So we're not just stopping tomorrow. Whole year, we're going into next year and we're coming back by you next year on this day again.
This whole cooperative movement is an ecosystem.
Yes.
That is what it is, connection. So we have the GAFIN who regulates insurance companies, the same financial cooperatives. We have the Department of Cooperatives who regulates the non-financial cooperatives. We have the League who is the umbrella body for all the cooperatives. So tomorrow, all these organizations will be there together within one ecosystem, right? Along with the said cooperatives themselves, the credit unions and the non-financial cooperatives as the CTEX and the Northeast, who are scheduled to come on your program sometime this season, right? So again, it's going to be a lot. People will have their products, their services, advertising, and we invite everybody to come out and take a look.
Our future conversation is more about the cooperative field, but you always have to ask the question that will bring some sort of feeling towards this, the serious things about the serious part about this.
Right.
Tell me, let's talk a wee bit about the some of these success stories from Grenadian cooperatives that stands out. For example, the innovation or the community impact that it has made thus far.
Right. In terms of community impact, one stands out in my mind absolutely. Right. I'll just speak to one of the non-financials, and that's the Commercial Transport Enterprise Cooperative Society Limited, also known as CTEC. Why I say they have been extremely impactful, apart from employment within the community that they operate in Granans, and apart from what they do for the staff in terms of the benefits, education benefits, sick benefits, insurance, all these things, they are geared towards expansion. Right, so as we speak right now, they have a building in Progress Park, right, in Grenville. Right, CTEC 2. Right.
It's in Progress Park. You can't say it's in the park, right?
Right. It's not in the park. The area is Prospect Park, but it's in the general area. Yeah, they call it a Prospect Park. Thank you for that. Right, and that goes well into rural development. So dozens to hundreds of jobs will be created. New services, obviously, will be created in that. There will be gas station there. There will be supermarkets there, and we will have venues where businesses can rent and so forth. So in terms of rural development, that is great, and it is a $1 million, several million times over expansion, so you know what that does. smaller things I can speak about. The Northeast, I will celebrate them in regards to the fact that they are turning 30. They started off women alone, but now they have expanded the bond to ensure that other people can come in, men can come in, and the cooperative can grow, right? Manna Basket, right? We have to speak to that because they want to get into organic farming.
Okay.
Right? Recently we learned that a lot of the issues that we have in our country with cancers and so forth is related to our diet, right? So this cooperative in particular wants to start that trend, that culture towards organic farming, right? And then we talk about the La Poulet. That's a poultry farm cooperative rather that operates in Carriacou, and we have issues in terms of our high food import bill. So they are looking to start the process whereby we can really be self-sufficient in terms of our food security. They are also earmarked to come on your program. Right. So there are lots of things. I just spoke about the non-financials. I'm sure that my colleagues will speak about the financials and the credit unions and all the good things.
If we were to group it, cooperatives operate on this mantra worldwide: people helping people. You always say about people helping people.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter which credit union, which non-financial you hear them speak about, and based on the cooperative principles, and you adjust as time goes by.
Right.
And one thing, even though sometimes we don't always hear, but we know from our end at the league, all of the credit unions, all 10, all of the non-financials that know that we work with who still operate, because we may have some who are there, but we're trying to get them back on stream how they're supposed to. And when you ask them, they donate stuff, but they probably don't advertise it. They help the schools, some of the preschools in their area.
Right.
Some offer scholarships because you're supposed to, the community that you operate in, the cooperative operates, you're supposed to benefit.
Okay.
It's all about your shares, you're going back. It's not about keep profits, but you're returning the benefits to your community. So some of them have programs where students get scholarships, staff, the students of staff can get some bit of assistance. If a child of a member gets sick, I know there are cooperatives who step in, who pay medical bills. We just may not hear about it because we won't come on, boast, XYZ. Then you hear.
You can talk about all your systems.
Exactly. And then of course you hear like the big four credit unions. They always advertise and they have heavy marketing departments. And you want to hear as a sponsoring something. You're going to see Nexa. You're going to go out. You're going to see bus stops in communities to ensure that the students don't get wet. Scholarship drives. So
GT,
they're giving.
And very important, I just want to add quickly what Ms. Williams just spoke to, and we must hone in on that. The cooperatives, they are not profit or capital oriented, they are more about service. Both the credit unions, even though they're very rich, and the non-financial, it's about service, not about profit, right? So that must be a fundamental thing, a fundamental takeaway from our conversation about cooperatives.
But looking ahead, what's your vision for cooperative, movement in Grenada? Let's say in the next decade or so.
Yeah, my vision is just continuous growth, continuous improvement. So last week we were on, and Ms. Cato spoke to the fact that before there were 10 credit unions, 2 non-financials, and 10 financials, which are the credit unions, like I stated. Just want to say that for the public so that they can understand. And then we just got another non-financial cooperative to join the league, right? So that's 3 total. So I'm looking, hopefully, that apart from registration from our end, they can also partner with the league where they will have the resource of not just advice and education and all these things. The league also has some money too, because they're the umbrella body, so they can sponsor them in certain ways. But I'm just looking that the actual model becomes more and more popular, and it is the onus is upon us as a department and the league to educate the public, and this is what the fair will do, and more people will get into that, and as a result you will have a reduction in unemployment, a more drive towards the culture of entrepreneurship, and the model can just grow and grow within our country.
Great. Anything you want to add to that?
And as he said, the rich, that's him. The vision, as he said, from the league's end, because we're planning to bring back activities related to the junior cooperatives.
Okay.
You know, when you start it at that age, it grows. So we want to see students becoming more cooperative oriented, understanding the cooperative model, understanding the benefits of forming a cooperative, understanding the benefits of joining credit unions, because we know membership. And if you notice, you hear at the end of every couple months, member accounts in credit union go up. Next month, you might hear another figure,
penetration
and all of that.
High.
So you want children, you want them to be involved. So that's why we intend to we're gonna start back or drive with the school visits. Activities geared at promoting cooperativism. I hope I get it correct there. So we want to ensure that once we start there with the youth, we have them they're growing up with that, and they have it. So when by the time they become 16, 17, 18, they can make their own decisions. Bam, I'm going to join.
And learn of the benefits.
Well, I'm here in a sense representing non-financial cooperatives as being part of the regulatory body, right, with them. But I just to speak to the financial cooperatives, the credit unions. That has allowed me on a personal testimony to change my life, right? So when I joined up, Elder advised me, actually a founding member of Communal, to join that credit union. And from there, one is able to take loans, whether it's for a computer. At that time, a desktop in quotes was about $10,000, right? Then you go vehicle, and then, greater assets such as land and, house and this sort of things. And it is less rigorous, in my opinion, I'll say it, than even with some of the banks, right? Because with the cooperatives or the credit unions, non-financial, it's membership owned.
Yes.
So I am an owner by virtue of the purchase of shares of the credit union.
Right.
So
it's like you're borrowing from yourself.
That's correct. That's correct. And then they have AGMs where if they have to make a decision, the leadership of the credit union, they have to come to me and I have to say yes, no. And so it's based on voting rights and everything. So it's incredible. We could talk all day about the benefits of cooperatives, both financial and non-financial. But when I'll just invite people to come to the fair tomorrow. Yes.
So the highlight is up. The fair is on tomorrow.
Yes.
10 a.m.
And our cooperative should be there earlier to set up and everything. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but it's 10
I've been told I have to come to work early tomorrow. I don't know why.
Yes.
Folks, I want to thank you folks once again for coming and share information on Cooperative Spotlight today. Certainly hope everyone come out and be part of the fair tomorrow. Folks get the opportunity to come and learn more about the cooperatives and make decisions that will benefit them a whole lot. I hope it will be a success tomorrow.
Yes, I think it will be.
All right.
We're very confident.
All right. Anything in closing? Mosquito has been the most quiet one today. I think Glen took the spotlight from her this morning.
Well, I would just chime in and say, come out tomorrow and look for the best, hope for the best, and look for the best tomorrow.
Hope for the best and look for the best.
Yes.
Look for the best, hope for the best. I like that.
Yes.
Hey, that's what we're going to take a wrap for today. Thank you, folks, once again. Until we have a next opportunity to do this. All the best.
Right.
Thank you.
Hey, folks, that's what we're going to wrap up the mid-morning bus for today. Have a good one, folks. As we say goodbye.
Yeah.